Welcome to The Girl Child on AIG Media Pro TV. I am Moyolania. Today on the show, we'll be talking about something that is it's troubling, so to say, in the world at large, but seems to be okay here in Africa. We'll be talking about the female genital mutilation. I have with me a doctor and a psychiatrist who loves women and loves everything around women, mental health, everything woman related. Welcome, Dr. Tomi Imara.
Yes.
Also known as Tomi Haven. You're welcome, man.
Thank you, Moya.
So let's start. To the layman, what actually is female genital mutilation?
Okay, thank you very much. Female genital mutilation is actually the excision of women's genital parts. It's more commonly the clitoris, and it's been something that's been ongoing for several decades all over the world. There are different types and there are different grades. Some women might have just their clitoris excised off. Some might have the clitoris and probably the labia minora excised off. Some might even have their genitals stitched up. So all the efforts to injure a woman or a girl's genitals for whatever reason, whatever non-medical reasons, all of these are grouped as female genital mutilation.
Okay, if I may ask, how did this thing start? Is it something that we just woke up one morning and just realized everybody was doing it and then we all just...
Oh, well, it's been on for, like I said, it's been on for obviously longer than we've been alive, and several generations of women have been exposed to FGM all over the world. There are several reasons why this has been done. In many cultures, it's been carried out to prevent women from having sexual appetites that cannot be controlled, because the clitoris is like the powerhouse of a woman's sexual pleasure. So it's been excised off so that a woman will not be able to indulge excessively in sexual pleasures in the future. So it's been done all over the world for this reason. In some cultures, it's a form of a show of male dominance to have this done, to suppress the woman. It's actually a clear effort at gender inequality all over the world. And it's been shown that many organizations have researched into the history of FGM, and it's clear cut that no religious books prescribes female genital mutilations. You can't say it's in the Bible, you can't say it's in the Quran, you can't say it's in whatever religion you believe. So it's coming from a pure cultural angle. Yes.
You're a doctor,
yes.
So I want to ask, medically, what is or are the pros and the cons? If there are pros, what are the pros? If there are cons, what exactly are the cons?
FGM has no health benefits whatsoever. That's a categorical statement. Nowhere in the world would you have a single benefit that you can say, oh, it's because I had my clitoris chopped off. That is why I'm enjoying this. It has no health benefits. It is not in any medical text anywhere that it has any advantage. It has no advantage. If you visit the World Health Organization's website, you see it clearly stated. No health benefits from having the clitoris chopped off or any other part of the female genital system. So I can't say there's a pro to it. It has no pro. So that is why it's astonishing that it's still being done all over the world. What's the gain? None. It has no benefit. That's the truth. with regards to the disadvantages, the list is almost endless. They have female genital mutilation have many physical side effects. They have many emotional side effects. They have many psychological side effects. The dangers are numerous. Let me start with the physical being caused by FGM. During the procedure itself, it's like having a surgery done on a child. So the dangers can include bleeding from the site during the procedure. It can include pain. It can include infections. Infections can set in. Tetanus can enter the wound. It's a wound. It's a cut. So it can get infected. You can have keloid formation, scars, poor scar formation over the site, poor wound healing. Numerous dangers during the procedure itself, and then there may be swelling more than what they anticipated. There may be a reaction to the procedure. Some women have sexual problems. They have pain during sex. They have what we call dyspareunia. They have discomfort. They have pain during sex. One of the organizations that are championing the cause of female genital mutilation in Nigeria, the Genital Network, reported recently the interview they had with a young woman, just newly married. And she found out that she was having a lot of pain during sex. On visiting the doctor, they found out that she had been stitched when she had FGM done. They actually stitched up her vagina. They stitched up. So the husband is having difficulty penetrating. And she was not aware. So pain, some people say experience pain along the way. They experience pain from the site, And there have been reports of death from FGM. Yes, like 4 months ago, Somalia had about 4 deaths from FGM during the procedure, that girls died while having a procedure that they did not need.
Okay, let's go on a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be right back. You're welcome back. I still have with me Dr. Tomi Haven. So we've talked about FGM. We've talked about, what it is and all. Do we have organizations? Do we have bodies that are working towards fighting or eradicating this? I don't know whether to call it a menace or something. But do we have bodies working towards this?
Yes, actually, a lot of organizations all over the world are working on eradicating FGM. Let me start with the international bodies that everybody is familiar with. World Health Organization has been working on eradicating FGM since way back, in 1997 and beyond. In 1997, they formed a coalition with UNICEF and United Nations Population Fund, and they've been working on pushing awareness in countries that have a high incidence of FGM, Africa, obviously, Africa, Middle East, and Asia, so their focus has been pushing awareness, pushing advocacy with the countries involved, letting people know what's going on. We also have organizations, other NGOs. We have 28 Too Many. That's the name of the organization. What they do is to organize intervention research into victims of FGM. Like I said, there are more than 20 million people. So they interview them, they do research to see the impact and also to find ways to reach people, to make sure that fewer people are engaging in the practice. So when the results of their research is being used to educate countries, so that, they'll be like, oh, see our finding. If you use this method, it's going to work. We've had it done and it's working in this place, so you can try it as well. So it's also helping countries to embrace those methods as well. Then we also have another organization that I love. You have the Daughters of Eve. What their own angle is to, what they do is provide support for those women. There are some girls that know that they don't want FGM done on them, but they are family insists. So sometimes they run away from home, apart from all other kinds of abuse that they're going through. So they run away from home and they say, if you don't do it, you can't live with us. So these organizations take them in, provide support, provide advice, aid, legal aid, and all they need. And then back home in Nigeria, we have organizations like the Genital Network. They provide advocacy and awareness on social media. You know how social media is a big thing now. There are so many women on social media. If we are educating people on social media to know about the dangers, they in turn educate their sisters, their cousins who are going to be having kids soon. Please don't do that FGM thing. No, it's old-fashioned, you know. So these organizations are helping to push awareness about it.
If you have government supporting this NGOs, this international bodies, like I don't know if you're the right person to ask, but is government actually doing anything
involved
about
this? Thank you, Moria. Yes, I would say yes, really, because our government is also working with WHO, United Nations, and all these bodies. I want to believe so. I don't know for a fact, but what I know is that there are laws that have been put in place fighting FGM in Nigeria. Before now, we had the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution that we all use, covering human rights abuse, which we use as a cloak to extend to FGM. Then we also have the Child Rights Act, also talking about torture and degrading of children. We used to interpret it to cover FGM. But in 2015, our president then, Goodluck Jonathan, you know, he took up that challenge and passed the law specific that included FGM literally, you know, that's the Violence Against Person Prohibition Act. So this law was passed, and you'll be interested to know that the law says that if you perform FGM on a girl, on anyone, you're liable to 4 years imprisonment, up to 4 years imprisonment, and or a fine of 200,000. And even if you didn't do that, if you aided, supported, incited, you know, you're also liable to 2 years imprisonment, up to 2 years imprisonment, you know. So there is a law in place, but the only thing lacking is enforcement of these laws. You know, we have a lot of laws in Nigeria. If we don't back it up with enforcement, nothing is going to happen until we start having well-publicized prosecutions of people that have been caught performing FGM. If you have 1 or 2 cases all over the social media, all over mainstream media, from arrest to court cases to sentencing, and everybody is watching like, wow, what's this FGM that they arrested this woman for? And we follow through with 1 or 2 cases. You will see that it will make people ask more questions. It will make parents shy away from performing it. But because we don't have that yet, the law is like all back but no bite for now. I'm hoping that will change with time.
Okay, thank you very much. It was nice having you. Thank you for educating us.
Thank you.
We hope to have you back someday soon. Thank you very much for joining us on today's episode of The Girl Child. That was Dr. Tomi Haven. I'll see you again next time. Once again, I am Mutilation.